Hi guys, Steph here. Look at this beauty. What a gorgeous pen. Well, it is now. For you eagle-eyed viewers, you would have seen this pen in my recent pen haul. When I actually found it in the wild, it was actually sort of quite badly sort of oxidized to an extent that when I ran my finger over the pen, it left a sort of powdery sort of residue on my finger. But what we've done, we've restored it, and as you can see now, it's a gorgeous, handsome fountain pen. Now, I've shown you this particular model before, and this particular model being a Swan Eternal Self Filling fountain pen from Mabir Todd Co. Now, as I say, I've shown you one of these before, but many years ago. That one was in a coral red colour, but this one, as you can see, comes in this red mottled hard rubber. Very handsome fountain pen. The model of this particular one is the SFE444. Now, the Swan Eternal pen of this period, when I say period, we're talking sort of 1920s, maybe more sort of maybe 1930s, and the Swan Eternal pens were actually the top of the range pens within sort of the range of Swan pens of that particular period. They are very sought after, as you can see, very understandable, very handsome pens. But as I say, this one being the E444. Now, the 3-digit number, they also brought out I think it was was it the 484 and a 464. The 3-digit code was actually for the British market. The American market were actually a 2-digit code, so i.e. if this was an American made pen, it would have been the 44. So there's two sort of numbering system, the 3-digit for the British pens and the 2-digit for the American made pens. Now, as we said, as you can see, comes in this red mottled hard rubber. You can see the lever, quite a long, sort of quite a plain lever. Now, if you look to the cap, you've already noticed it's got these two bands, and they're what we term as a stacked coins band, because if you look at it quite closely there, it looks like stacked coins. So you've got a slightly wider band to the bottom, and to the very top there, a slightly narrower band. In between, you can see the very recognisable Swan ball clip there, and if you look to the top there, it's got the Swan logo with, I think it says Swan to the top of the clip there. All in lovely condition. To the very top, you can see it's got the Swan logo to the very top of the cap there as well. Now, this pen, unfortunately, I cannot see any barrel imprint, unless it was actually worn off, I don't know. The only imprint I can see is actually on the cap here, which unfortunately is also worn. But with my loupe, I can make out the word Swan, and I can just make out the 3 digits being 444. So, as I say, I can't see any barrel imprint. The imprint here, a little bit on the worn side, which is a little bit strange, because I would have expected the trim, the lever, maybe the rings, the clip, etc., to also be worn. But as you can see, they're actually in excellent condition. If you look at the clip there, there's no wear to the clip at all. It's absolutely stunning. Now, the size of this pen is 139mm capped. Around the barrel it's a lovely 12mm in diameter. Now, while we're talking about models, they also brought out these pens in, well, in different colours, sometimes slightly different configuration as far as the trim's concerned, and they also brought out a shorter model. This one at 139 is actually the longer version. So let's unscrew the cap for you. Let's show you the pen in numerous different angles. As I say, I've fully restored it. We've put a new sack in it. Everything's been cleaned internally. We've given it a little bit of a polish. We've removed the majority, well, not the majority, all of the sort of oxidization, and in my opinion it's come out absolutely stunning. You can see just to the top there's sort of slightly different sort of bit of discolouring, or it's slightly darker. Well, in effect the barrel is lighter than this particular section here, but all in all, in my opinion, it doesn't affect the beauty of this pen. So let's take you up to the section. You can see the section is in the same colour. It's got this slight elongated section, it's got this ridge towards the nib, and then let's show you the nib. On these pens they've got the Swan Eternal. This particular one, because of the model, is the number 4 14 karat gold nib. It's got Mabir Todd Company just below, and then you can't see it, but it's in the section, it says made in England. So we've got the correct nib for this pen, because in some cases you will find the nib is a USA nib, but no, in this case we've got a lovely made in England nib for a made in England pen. So a lovely sized nib. There's a sideways view, and then we'll show you the feed underneath, and actually the feed as well. I don't know if you can actually see it on the video, but again a little bit worn, but it's actually got the word Eternal on the feed itself. Incidentally, just a little bit of information on these nibs. They're very large nibs, and they're actually quite a thick nib. The Eternal nibs were actually renowned, or are renowned, for being much thicker than standard nibs. Okay, but a lovely nib. Size wise, very comfortable to hold. With my large hands, very comfortable indeed. So as I said, I've restored it, so let's see how the pen writes. So let's dip the nib and the section in the ink. There we go. I can see lots of bubbling going on, which is precisely what we want. Let's just give everything a little bit of a wipe. Bring on some paper and let's see how the pen writes. This is the first time I've tested it, as always, so you will see what I see. So let's see how it writes. So what we've got, a Swan Eternal fountain pen, dating it (1930s), made in England, and yes, you will have noticed I'm quite quiet. The reason being, it's a gorgeous writer. Lovely and smooth. Again, the Eternal nibs, do they have any flex? Occasionally you will find an Eternal nib with flex, but most of them, as in this particular case, do tend to be quite a hard nib. Although it's a hard nib, as I said, it's writing very nicely indeed. Writing, I would say, what, with a medium line, no flex in the nib, writing very nicely, very smoothly. This would make a superb everyday writing pen. Absolutely gorgeous. So there's a writing sample for you. So what we're going to do is try and find a new home for the pen. Somebody will enjoy this pen for many years to come. Absolutely stunning. So I hope you've enjoyed looking at the pen as much as I enjoy showing them to you people. Don't forget, leave a comment below, don't be shy. Subscribe as well and you won't miss any of the videos. Give the video a thumbs up. Go on, don't be shy. And wherever you are around the world, please stay safe. But for now, I'll just say bye bye for now.